Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Steamworks Spirit Station. I'm so glad you've joined us, especially if it's online. Oh, is it cold outside? I hope it's not cold where you are. It might be outside, but inside, like here, it's warm and it's friendly and it's a great place to be. My name is Greg. I'm a pastor of the United Methodist Church and have been the host for Steamworks Spirit Station since its beginning. And it's always a thrill to get together every week, no matter what the outside weather is. And I'm pleased to introduce our guest musician for tonight. She is fantastic. She's a singer. She's a songwriter. She plays magnificently. She's got the warmest personality, and you're just going to love her. Let's welcome Michelle Hall.
Thank you. Very kind words. And yes, thank you for watching online. Thank you for those who braved this weather because it is cold outside. So before I start, I just want to ask a favor of all of you. A good friend of ours' son was in a terrible, terrible car accident about 10 days ago. His name is Dominic. If you could please say some prayers for him. He was in a coma for a while. He has a lot of broken bones. His spine is broken. His legs are broken. They're not really sure what brain damage he has. So if you could just keep Dominic in your thoughts and prayers, I'd really appreciate that. So I wrote this very first song that I'm going to do. I was doing Spirit Station September, and within a week, I was just very inspired on this song to spread the good news of the Lord. So it's called Glorify Us. Teach us your way, how to walk in your grace when we're tempted by sin every day. We pray for mercy, we pray for strength. Pick up our cross and follow you into eternity. May our fathers and our mothers feel the joy of your everlasting love, and as brothers and as sisters, may we all be as one with Jesus, as we move, as we breathe, as we rise above. Oh God, will you glorify us? We often wander and we go astray, but with you as our shepherd we won't fall away. With you as our shepherd we won't fall away. May our fathers and our mothers feel the joy of your everlasting love, and as brothers and as sisters, may we all be as one with Jesus, as we move, as we breathe, as we rise above. Oh God, will you glorify us? Shine your light, shine your light, shine your light on us. May our fathers and our mothers feel the joy of your everlasting love, and as brothers and as sisters, may we all be as one with Jesus, as we move, as we breathe, as we rise above. Oh God, will you glorify us? Glorify us. Thank you. All right, this is another very, very new song. This one's called Carry Me Away. I was watching the birds one day, and just the freedom of the birds. I just love to watch them glide and fly. For my whole life, I've just wanted to be a bird. So this is called Carry Me Away. The majesty as you take flight from the muddy river banks, moving with ease as you ascend, so smooth and effortless. I long for wings of freedom to take these daily chains, to glide through the breeze and race through the gusts. Wish I could live every day that way. Carry me away through the wind and the storm. How I long to be above the clouds where the sun is always warm. Will you carry me away to the rainbow after the rain, and remind me brighter days will come? Carry me away. So high above the trees you soar, then dive to the river below. I envy your instinctiveness, your simple life as a bird. Oh, carry me away through the wind and the storm. How I long to be above the clouds where the sun is always warm. Will you carry me away to the rainbow after the rain, and remind me brighter days will come? Carry me away, oh, carry me away. Flying high, wings don't fail me now. There are some dark clouds up ahead. I need to make it through somehow. Carry me away through the wind and the storm. How I long to be above the clouds where the sun is always warm. Will you carry me away through the rainbow after the rain, and remind me brighter days will come? Carry me away, oh, carry me away. Thank you. All right, so this is an oldie but a goodie. This is one of the very first songs I wrote. This is probably like 15 years old. It's called Love Will Find You Again. It's just about someone who's just had a really hard time and lost love and searching for love again. Glancing at these pictures, seeing how you were before all that heartache, loneliness, and hurt. There was a spark in your eye that's gone, like the light that used to burn so strong. I know you think that you've been dealt a losing hand. If you keep on pushing, you'll find a greater plan. It's all there deep inside, just a matter of when love will find you again. I know it's such a long road that seems to have no end. It keeps twisting and turning with one final bend. Someday soon your heart will come alive, but until then you'll keep wondering why. I know you think that you've been dealt a losing hand. If you keep on pushing, you'll find a greater plan. It's all there deep inside, just a matter of when love will find you again. I know you think that you've been dealt a losing hand. If you keep on pushing, you'll find a greater plan. It's all there deep inside, just a matter of when love will find you again. Believe it, love will find you again. Thank you. All right, so this next song is one that I wrote for my father after he passed away. He always struggled with, he really wanted to go to heaven and wasn't sure about the bad things he had done in his childhood, and he just couldn't let it go, and it was always heavy on his heart. So this is called Set My Heart Free. There's so many nights I lie awake in my bed. Sometimes it's too much to take, too much on my chest. I've been looking for answers and nowhere can I find what my heart is seeking, peace of mind. Lord, oh Lord, set my heavy heart free. There's so much more that I need to be. The burden I carry is crippling me. Lord, oh Lord, set my heavy heart free. Lord, oh Lord, set my heavy heart free. Somewhere down the road, I lost sight of my faith. Nowhere left to turn from the choices that I made, until I caught a glimpse of your brilliant light. You welcomed me in and saved my life. Lord, oh Lord, set my heavy heart free. There's so much more that I need to be. The burden I carry is crippling me. Lord, oh Lord, set my heavy heart free. Lord, oh Lord, set my heavy heart free. I am a wandering soul, have mercy on me. Your perfect love is all I need. Lord, oh Lord, set my heavy heart free. There's so much more that I need to be. The burden I carry is crippling me. Lord, oh Lord, set my heavy heart free. Lord, oh Lord, set my heavy heart free. Thank you. All right, so this next song, I wasn't going to do this cover, but the world is crazy right now, and there's just so much division and people hating people, and it just breaks my heart. So this song is called Get Together. Love is but a song we sing, fear's the way we die. You can make the mountains ring, or make the angels cry. Though the bird is on a wing, and you may not know why. Come on, people, now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Some may come and some may go, he will shortly pass. When the one who left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight fading in the grass. Come on, people, now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, Try to love one another right now. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. If you hear the song I sing, you will understand. Listen. You hold the key to love and fear, all in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks them both. It's there at your command. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Oh, I say, come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Right now. Right now. Thank you. Okay, so this is actually the very first song I've ever written in my life. It's about addiction. I had someone very close to me who was in the throes of it, and I thought that he had hit rock bottom. So this song was just heavy on my heart, and it just came out, just came pouring out of me. So it's called Where Is All the Rain? Pages of my lonely life written in this book of shame. No one here to help me, no one left to call my name. Oh, how did I end up here in this place? How did I get so low that I can't escape? I look to the sky. The clouds are hanging low tonight. Pour down on me and wash my sins away. I'm here on my knees, but where is all the rain? In and out of sanity, I search for my old life. Things that were reality, just shadows in my mind. Oh, how did I end up here in this place? How did I get so low that I can't escape? I look to the sky. The clouds are hanging low tonight. Pour down on me and wash my sins away. I'm here on my knees, but where is all the rain? Oh, where is all the rain? Where is all the rain? Oh, can you hear me now? Where is all the rain? Oh, I am ready now, but where is all the rain? Where's all the rain? I look to the sky. The clouds are hanging low tonight. Pour down on me and wash my sins away. I'm here on my knees, but where is all the rain? Oh, where is all the rain? the rain. Thank you. All right, so this next song that I'm doing, a good friend of mine, Deborah Brooks, wrote it. It's called Save a Seat. She has some stuff on Bandcamp right now, and she's just getting started in the recording process. But we play together a lot, so I learned it on piano, but I just love it. I love the melody of this song, and I asked her if I can do it, and of course she said yes. So this is called Save a Seat. I have never been so disillusioned, never seen so much confusion, and the feeling runs so deep. There's room here on the floor if you're a dancer, but I ain't got no answers, and I need sleep. Don't know what happened to the light I aimed for, but you are who I came for. We made it here somehow. Your words are like an arm around my shoulder, but the night is getting colder. Let's head home now. Everybody's looking for a villain they can't see. Maybe you can find one. Maybe you can find one who ain't me. We ride on through the rain and we get wet. I believe we'll make it yet. Save a seat for me. We looked around and thought that we saw sinners. That made us the winners, shining like a star. Let's overflow the banks of that deception and open our perception to how beautiful we are. Everybody's looking for a king or maybe queen. Maybe you can find one in the spaces in between. We ride on through the rain and we get wet. I believe we'll make it yet. Save a seat for me. Everybody's looking for who's right and who is wrong. Maybe you'll fly freer if you help me sing this song. We ride on through the rain and we get wet. I believe we'll make it yet. Save a seat for me. Yes, there is still a light on in the stable. I'm coming to the table. Save a seat for me. And that is the end of my first set. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming out. I really, really appreciate it. I didn't expect anybody to be sitting here in this audience, so I'm glad that you're all online and have come to hear. I can't wait to hear the message now.
Thank you very much. Michelle Hall, everyone. So, if you read my setup for this and the promotion for tonight, there are two questions. One was how did we get here, and the other is where do we go from here? And so that's basically the idea. I don't want to get into the details of what's going on in the world today. I don't want to get tied up, and I don't want everybody to be drifting off into positions. I don't want you to be going into sides. I don't want you to be thinking about it that way. People ask, are you on the left or on the right? And I say, my concern is character. It's not about the left or the right. Left has good ideas, right has good ideas. We can find a way in between. That's not bad. But I am concerned about character. I'm concerned mostly about right and wrong. I'm concerned about how we relate to one another. And so I focus that way. And I think I've told you before, that as a pastor, I see myself as supposed to be available to everyone. I don't want to cut anybody off. I don't want to exclude myself from the possibility of being a help, no matter who the person is or what their position is. Does that make sense? I think we've lost that kind of objectivity. As a general society, I think what's happened is we have become very much partisan. Not necessarily just in politics. One of the things that I was concerned about, and I'm very proud of being a United Methodist pastor, and the reason I am is because of the principles of faith as a lifestyle. That's a very important thing for me. I found it to be very key to what Jesus teaches, and it's about everyone is welcome here. It's about learning how to, in the essentials, agree. In the non-essentials, you're free. I really like that. People should be free to be themselves and to have their own opinions, and that's cool. But if we pay attention to the essentials about how to get along, about what our hearts should be, how we're driven, how we're motivated, how we see things, how we rise above things, how we solve problems, that makes a big difference in the quality of our lives. It makes a huge difference in the well-being of everybody, and that's what I want to try to focus on. What happened in the situation that we have now is something that's very disturbing to me. I remember when I was growing up, they used to portray law enforcement officers on the street, on the beat. I haven't seen that in real life for a long, long time, but you used to have cops that would, they'd be in uniform, they'd have a badge, and they were very friendly. They were very helpful. They were helpful to all ages. And that symbol was something that created trust in the community. What we see now is a terrible division over things, and I don't want to get into the debate about the what's going on. You're free to do that, and you're participating in it pretty well from what I can see on the media. But I do want to think about how do we as persons living in the midst of this terrible turmoil and all of the conflict and all of the upset, all of the anger and all the partisanship, how do we live through that? How do we make it through the problems and the challenges? How do we find our way to be okay in spite of or through the things that are taking place? I believe we can. I believe we should. I think the world needs that now. Because what I see happening in the social media, what I see happening in the professional media, what I see happening in the political sphere is people are clinging to their positions and they're getting intensely angry one way or the other, and they're not trying to listen or to resolve. It's either my way or the highway kind of stuff. That's not going to get us very far. It really isn't. So where does it come from? How did this happen? I have a feeling, I have an idea. I could be wrong on this, but I'm going to give you a little history. Very, very little, and it's not that old, okay? In July 1st of 1979, the world was introduced to the Sony Walkman. Now, before that, lots of people had radios. A lot of people had battery-operated radios, and you could listen to a lot of different bands and channels, and you could pick anything that you wanted. Unfortunately, though, it came through a speaker that everybody had to listen to. And so you get into debates about whether you like this station or whether you like that music, and that the Walkman, you could put those earbuds in your ear, and you could listen to whatever you wanted, and nobody else had to hear it, and you didn't have to deal with it, and it was awesome. And it was as isolating as it can possibly be. The next thing that happened, in 1984, the cell phone was first generally marketed to the public. And you might have an idea where we are with the cell phone now, but in 1984, that was really new. And when I certainly got on board with that pretty quickly. In 1993, Nokia invented texting available by cell phone. Everybody remember that? Here's what I remember. I think it was around 2005. I had gotten a new phone. I think I got, they don't even make them anymore. I think it was a BlackBerry, I think is what I got at the time. I love that phone. It was a great phone to have. It wasn't my favorite, but it worked out really well. The problem was, and what I remember so incredibly vividly, is the family sitting in the living room in a circle, everybody having their phone out and texting each other across the room. No conversation, no music, just stillness and silence of people texting. It was like, it just struck me. It caught my attention. I said, what has happened here? And I think that's what's happened here. How we got here is we became very, very isolated and individualistic. We became very much concerned about our opinions or our desires or our focus or our qualities or our disappointments, our anger, our frustration. We got very much internalized, and everything supports that in our world today. It's all about me. It's all about you individually. If you look at the ads, they're very much focused about an individual approach to satisfaction. It's really remarkable how they do that. And I think what they try to do is to engage every individual, no matter who they are or where they are or what they are or where they come from, to have the same kind of pursuit of whatever this pleasure or whatever this benefit is. But it's all individually focused. I think we've forgotten what community is. And I think this is true in the church. I think it's true in the community. There used to be a sense of community comradeship. People would come together and support each other. They'd celebrate holidays together. You don't see that as much. And since COVID, we've talked about it here and in other places, people don't go out much anymore. They don't have close friends. They don't have a large number of friends. They just focus on their family group or their individual circumstances, and they don't really tend to go out very much anymore. And when they do, it's all about stuff coming at them. It's not about their participation or involvement or engagement. It's not about building anything together. So if you go, you go. If you don't, you don't. Nobody cares either way. Now that, I think, has led to this idea that we can do whatever we want and we want it to go our way. We've become very individualized in the way we think, the way we listen, the way we feel, and what we want, what we hope for. And that has caused an awful lot of division, anger, conflict, upset, silence. We're not rising above ourselves. We're not rising above those initial thoughts or those emotional thoughts or those political opinions. We're just not rising above them because it's no longer about the relationships. It's not about how we get along. It's not about how we make the best. And think about this. You know people. You know a lot of people in your life. And you know what will help them smile. And you also know what will help them feel lower than snake tracks in a wagon rut. You know how to cause that to happen to people, don't you? You know what to say or what face to give. You know what you can do to cause an emotional reaction, and you can rise them up or you can put them down. And it's very easy to do, and I think we do it a lot. I think we do it sometimes without thinking. What I'm encouraging you to do is to live with intention, to become an intentional person, to make choices. And I've talked about this in my ministry before, but I think what the tradition that I'm a part of talks about thinking, I don't want to cause any harm, so that's going to put a restriction on the things I say or the things that I do. I want to do good for other people. I want to be a positive impact in other people's lives. So that starts to make me think, what would that be? What helps them to get along? What helps them to think a little differently or to rise above? It doesn't mean that you agree with everything they say. It means that you say, I don't want to cause a conflict or a division that doesn't accomplish anything. I want to create a positive impression where something good can come out of it. So that's the second intention. The third thing is I've got to debrief. I've got to see what was positive and what was negative, what worked and what didn't. And I have to realize that everybody's different, so all the circumstances are going to change. And so I've got to be very fluid in how I live. And I have to learn how to live above the emotion. I have to live above the judgment. I have to live above the opinion. Because opinions change and times change, and most of the problems that we're facing now, this is not the first time that we've had to deal with such things. It's happened many, many times over the course of human history. So, what does God say about this? Of course, I'm going to do what I've been doing. I'm in the middle of a series. Oh, what's that series? It's a series of Jesus' teachings, and they're called parables, and they're considered to be the actual words of Jesus. And I think it might be very helpful here, although you might not have thought of it in particularly this way. The scripture is from Matthew 28, verses 1 through 13. And I'm reading from a more contemporary version of the text. Hopefully it's easy to understand. The kingdom of heaven is like, I love this. What Jesus does is he makes the kingdom of heaven, which everybody thinks of after we croak, okay? No. The kingdom of heaven is like this. And he puts it in the context of real life circumstances and real life situations. And suddenly we can start to grasp where the kingdom is present in our midst. It is not removed. It's not after we die. It is in our presence. And if we would start to focus that way, we might not be as overwhelmed by the emotions or the pressures or the passions or the positions of the moment. That's my encouragement. So, the kingdom of heaven is like what happened one night when 10 young women took their oil lamps and went to a wedding to meet the groom. Now, we don't do things that formally now, but at that time, apparently that's what they did. 5 of them were foolish, and 5 of them were wise. Evenly split. Probably true in our population today, too. That's what I see in all the issues. The foolish ones took their lamps, but no extra oil. The wise ones took along extra oil for their lamps. Now, the groom was late in arriving. Aren't grooms always? I didn't say that, did I? Oh, my goodness. The groom was late in arriving, and the young women became drowsy and fell asleep. My guess is they left their lamps burning in that time. I'm not sure about that. Then, in the middle of the night, someone shouted, "Here comes the groom! Come and meet him!" Now, when the women got up and started getting their lamps ready, the foolish ones said to the others, "Hey, let us have some of your oil. Our lamps are going to go out." And the wise ones answered, "There's not enough oil for all of us. Go and buy some for yourselves." Now, obviously, the foolish ones took off to try to find oil. Now, how you do that in the middle of the night, I don't know. Is there an all-night oil salesman? I have never heard about that. I don't know if that's true or not. While the foolish ones were on their way to get some oil, the groom arrived. And they didn't wait for the 5 to come back. They went in and started to celebrate. The 5 who were ready went into the wedding, and the doors were closed. Remember, this is in the middle of the night. So you don't just open your door to anybody, do you? You know, if somebody comes and knocks on your door in the middle of the night, are you going to be inclined to open it up and welcome them in? No, especially the wedding party, which you expect is ready for this. Does that make sense? Okay. So later the others returned and said, Sir, open the door for us." And the groom said, "I don't even know you." So, my disciples, always be ready. You don't know the day or the time when all this will happen. Now, that's the end of Jesus' words in this story about the 10 maidens. If we think further than this instant, if we think further than this emotion, if we think further than this passion, or those things that tend to trigger us, and I think there's a lot. If you think about the course of your day, how many things occur during the course of any given day affect you emotionally, positively or negatively? Have you ever taken time to study your own life and see if it's had that kind of impact or thing? Some of the big ones you notice, you watch the news, you know you're going to get mad. If you watch the news, you know you're going to get upset, you're going to be disturbed. You know, you may not say anything, you may not be in any mixed company or anything, but if you're watching it, it has an emotional reaction nowadays. So you look at your life and say, how many times is this happening to me? And what's happening is I'm allowing the circumstances to determine who I am at the moment. I'm allowing my situation or my emotions or the news that I get or the circumstance that I see to cause a reaction inside that affects the way I see everything and the way that I'm living and the way that I'm thinking and where I'm being. You know, I've seen people who've gotten upset and go through an entire meal without tasting any of it. I've seen people get so upset that they have conversation and don't remember any of it because something was so present in their minds it affected everything. Now, what I'm suggesting is a wise person is one who thinks a little bit ahead. Yes, I know that issue's there, and I don't like that issue, and I'd like to see some resolution to it. And I don't think it's going to happen because of passion and anger. I don't think we're going to find solutions to our problems when we yell at each other. I don't think we're going to find solutions to our problems when we're fighting or trying to get our way or trying to get the other person to realize how right we are, because you're pushing apart and you're not going to resolve a solution that way. Now, what I think is very interesting is what's happened in Minneapolis. It looks like the entire city is gathering together and walking together. and they're talking together. It's very calm. It's very peaceful. There's people carrying signs. There's some passion in the midst of it all. But you see the entire city uniting together and walking together for some distance in these marches or these times of just coming together and trying to say, we are one. I think that's very encouraging. I think that's a very positive sign. It's peaceful, for one thing. We don't want to get involved in the intensity of the anger, the disagreements. We want to say, this is what it means to be the people of Minneapolis. And so we can look around the country and say, what does it mean to be the people of Pittsburgh? What's it mean to be the people of Erie? What's it mean to be the people of Dayton, Ohio, or Cleveland? What's it mean to be the people of Maine or Massachusetts? What's it mean to be the people of California or Nevada or any of the other million states that we have? We get to choose that. And if we choose well, then we'll learn how to live well through or in spite of the circumstances. We'll be able to find a path to learn how to make agreement occur. And I think that that's absolutely critical for our well-being. For us to be able to live well and to make it through and to reason with one another, we have to agree and accept each other. If we're not willing to listen to one another, we won't hear their side, they won't hear our side, and we'll get angry and upset. But if I say, I want to hear you, and I want to ask you, and then I'm willing to share, and I'm willing to answer. And these kinds of things say we want to be friends and find some resolution that we can both live with. We want to find some way of getting along together, through or in spite of what the circumstances are around us. When we come to that, we rise above the violence and the anger and the cruelty and the debate and the arguments and the dishonesty. We rise above that very quickly. And actually, it's pretty easy when we choose to. But that's the key. It can't be emotionally driven. It has to be spiritually driven. It has to come from your heart and say, I want to rise above this. And if I can help you to do that, that's what I want to do. The secret of being good human beings and the secret of getting along is choosing to do so. And being willing to sacrifice a little bit of the passion for the sake of the relationship. Families have to do this, friends have to do this, business partners have to do this, almost everybody does in one way or another. But if we do it with a spiritual intent, I want us to get along. I want us to find some way to do that. It may mean that issues that get us really fired up will not be a part of our conversation because our relationship is more important than that. It may be that we say there will be times and places for other things to happen, but in the midst of this, this is how we have to come together and support each other. Because when we do that, others will see it and we become an example. And that's what Jesus is talking about in the story. Now, he makes it even more concrete, and I want to share that story with you too, that's very short. But it is one of the most profound moments. It is right at the time when Jesus is about to die. He knows it. And some of the others that are close to him knows it. He's told them about it. They just didn't want to believe it. But in the Gospel of John in chapter 12, chapter 13, verses 12 through 17, a very important thing happened in the course of Jesus' life and the life of the disciples. And it shaped everything that happened thereafter. What Jesus did is he passed the torch from himself to his followers, his closest friends, his dearest people who've been with him and living with him for the last 3 years. They're together for one final time before everything goes kerflooey. Now that word wasn't around then, and it certainly wasn't written in Hebrew. Okay, after he washed the disciples' feet, for those of you in church, this is the Last Supper that he's with the disciples. He put on his robes and he returned to his place at the table and he said to them, do you know what I have done for you? Now it seems obvious to the people who's reading it, but I don't think they're taking it seriously and I don't think they're thinking about themselves in that seat. What he has done for them is become their servant. What he has done for them is taken himself out of the lead role and put them into the lead role. Everyone who is a disciple is a representative of Christ. Everyone who loves the Lord is an example for the world around them, and most of us will affect other people's lives than anyone else in the room. There's a certain circle of friends, a certain circle of family around each one of us. So each one of us becomes the leader of the faith, of the love that Jesus taught and the love that Jesus shared. So he passed the mantle to them by becoming their servant and washing their feet. All right? So, you call me teacher and Lord, and you're right, because I am. But if I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you too must wash each other's feet. I've given you an example. Just as I have done to you, so you must do for one another. Now, I'm going to bring back one other thought of the story of the gospel, because on their way there, they had to go through the country of Samaria. And when they were going through there, two of the disciples got at each other's throats. They had a fierce argument. And yet they are sitting at the table, side by side. They're sitting at the table when he does this. It's not about our disagreements. We have to rise above them. It's not about our opinions. We can't allow them to rule our lives. It's about people and relationships. It's about the quality of life that we all want to share and that we all have to contribute to in order to accomplish. If we take those kinds of steps, we won't allow ourselves to get so torn up by the news that we hear about. We won't allow ourselves to get engaged in wrong ways of dealing with our passions or our emotions or our judgments. We will find ways to listen. We'll find ways to communicate. We'll try to find ways to understand, because we want to end up in this thing together. We don't want to end up apart. We don't want to end up alone. We don't want to end up broken. We don't want to end up in jail, I don't think. We can overcome all of this. And we all do it in the context of our own engagements with one another. It's not the news. It's not the stories of cities miles away. It is about who we are in the context that we live, and how do we share that to the best of ourselves. And we're going to make mistakes, but we're in the forgiveness business. That's okay. When our intention is good, the other people will know that. When our heart is true, they'll know that. And when we spread that and start thinking more about being together than being isolated, more about listening to each other than listening to our Walkman or our cell phone or whatever, when we start learning about how we live together, then we build the life together. And that's where the peace comes. That's where the joy comes. Sooner or later, there has to be some agreement that we don't want to fight anymore, that we're tired of it. That's not healthy. That's not the way to build community. That's not the way to be our best. I'd rather live well than poorly, wouldn't you? I'd rather live happy than sad. I'd rather live with confidence and hope than with despair and hurt. Is it that hard to figure out? I don't think so. That's what the gospel's all about. We've been hearing it with this beautiful music and these lovely songs. I'm going to invite you to come back up here. Let's do a little bit more if you don't mind, because it makes us feel warm, doesn't it? It brings the Spirit right into our hearts. It lifts our souls. And that's why we're here. That's what the Spirit Station's all about. So let's welcome back our musician for the night and the wonder that we're about to hear.
I have to tell you a little poem, though. I wrote this when I was in 7th grade, and when you were saying your parable, I went to a Catholic school, and this is my very first poem I ever wrote, and it's there is a heaven somewhere, it may be on this earth, just like God is everywhere, right there at your birth. No one knows when the world will end, just when you least expect. Believe the word of the Lord, and you he will accept. And I still remember that from 7th grade. It stuck with me always, but I think it's funny that you were just talking about that. Anyway, all right, so this next song is a very, very new song. It's just about getting frustrated, like you just feel like you're, it's called 2 steps forward. You take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, and it's just like you try and try and try, especially in this business, music, it's rough. So I was just frustrated, and so I wrote this song. So it's new, so I hope I do okay. Every time I feel I'm on the right path, something comes along to set me back. It's like my compass broke and I'm heading south. I need a guiding star, a neon bar right now. I'm always taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back, barely moving ahead. Feels like I'm dancing to a country song that keeps spinning on and on. I can't break the rhythm, Lord knows I've tried. I'm stuck in quarter time. Just when I think I'm across the track, I'm taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. I'm trying everything to make right turns, 'cause every left I've crashed and burned. I know the quickest way is a line that's straight. I've gone the windy roads, always the longer way. That's why it's always 2 step forward and 1 step back. Barely moving ahead, feels like I'm dancing to a country song that keeps spinning on and on. I can't break the rhythm, Lord knows I tried. I'm stuck in quarter time. Just when I think I'm across the track, I'm taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. 1 step back. But I'll just keep on trying with everything I have, 'cause it's always 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Barely moving ahead, feels like I'm dancing to a country song that keeps spinning on and on. I can't break the rhythm, Lord knows I've tried. I'm stuck in quarter time. Just when I think I'm across the track, I'm taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Thank you. Okay, so this next song is a love song, but in the spirit of, thinking of Jesus and how he loves you. I was thinking about this today when I was practicing. If you just listen to the chorus and you apply that to Jesus and your love for Jesus and Jesus' love for you, it's called Always Be Loving You. I sit on this porch nearly every night and look out at the Tennessee sky. Travel the world from city to city, barely ever seeing the stars. I'm feeling so blessed for all that I've done and all the people I've met on the way. But when I'm with you here, you're the only one that I want to spend my life with. Only you bring me peace in the hardest times. You're the light that fills my days. It's the touch of your hand that warms my heart. You show me love in so many ways. Never in my life did I dare to dream to have a love so true. For the rest of our days, you can count on this. I will always be loving you. You know there's nothing more I look forward to than the quiet nights after a long day. When I look in your eyes, see your beauty and grace, feel so lucky that you're here with me. And no matter what the years will bring with you, all will be alright. Just know that you can trust in me, I'll always be by your side. Only you bring me peace in the hardest times. You're the light that fills my days. It's the touch of your hand that warms my heart. You show me love in so many ways. Never in my life did I dare to dream to have a love so true. For the rest of our days, you can count on this. I will always be loving you. Oh, for the rest of our days, you can count on this. I will always be loving you. Thank you. Okay, the next song is a really old song that I wrote. It's called Heaven Bound, and last time when I was here for Spirit Station, I was telling you how I reworked it and redid some lines because they were a little judgmental on the first round. So you didn't hear the first round, Justin. Okay. I'm staring out the window and I look to the sky, watching the clouds move so fast. It reminds me of the roller coaster that was my life, but now it's all in the past. I used to think there was no way out, and I would never know all the wondrous things that are good in this world before I had to go. But you showed me the way that I never would have found, and I thank you every day. Oh, I hope I'm heaven bound. So many people are just like me. I'm living for the day, but when something happens, then I'll see and pray it's not too late. Oh, you'll show me the way that I never would have found, and I thank you every day. Lord, I hope I'm heaven bound. Oh, I pray that I see the truth and open up my eyes, and I welcome you into my heart and fully in my life. Oh, you'll show me the way that I never would have found, and I thank you every day. Lord, I hope I'm heaven bound. Oh, I hope I'm heaven bound. Thank you. All right. How much time should I? I have a couple that I really want to do. Is that okay? So this is Tuesday night. Tuesday night, Bill and I are usually downtown feeding the homeless and working poor a hot meal at Outreached Arms, which is at First Presbyterian Church. So this is us just taking a night away, but working there, it just breaks my heart to see all the children that have lately showed up because they're homeless and very hungry. So I wrote this song. It's called Underneath the Bridge, and hope you like it. Underneath the bridge tonight, where the three rivers meet, is a man looking to the sky as he falls down to his knees. The moon reflecting on the water's edge, beams broken where they lay. As he looks across at the city lights, he slowly starts to pray, searching for some kind of sign again, praying for peace underneath the bridge. Oh, asking not for food or clothes or shoes for his blistered feet. The prayers are for the ones he loves, who he's too ashamed to see. It's been so long since they saw his face, didn't know if he's alive, since he disappeared on that stormy day in the middle of July. Searching for some kind of sign again, praying for peace underneath the bridge. Oh, ooh, oh, One day is just like the next, with a sign in his weathered hands. I'll work for food, God bless your soul. Can you spare some change? People pass by him, afraid to look, keep their eyes down to the ground. He's desperate for a single word, just one person to smile. Searching for some kind of sign again, praying for peace underneath the bridge. Oh, oh. He used to wonder why God led him here, what unforgivable thing he'd done. To have had it all and lost so much, never more to be found. So he sings to himself a song he learned when he was just a kid, and hoping that the words are true over and over in his head. Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong. They are weak, but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. Thank you. So this next song, I wasn't going to do this, but as I was practicing today, something said, you should really do this song. So it's called It Is Well. Christine DeMarco has done this song. I don't know if you know her from Christian music, but it's one of Bill's favorites. So I've been practicing it, but I dusted it off a little bit today. So hopefully it works okay. Grand earth has quaked before, moved by the sound of his voice, seas that are shaken and stirred will be calmed and broken for my regard. Through it all, my eyes are on you, and through it all, it is well. Through it all, my eyes are on you, and it is well with me. Far be it from me to not believe, even when my eyes can't see, and the mountain that's in front of me will be thrown into the midst of the sea. Through it all, my eyes are on you, and through it all, it is well. Through it all, my eyes are on you, and it is well. It is well. So let go, my soul, and trust in him, waves and wind will know his name. The waves and wind will know his name. It is well with my soul. 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 And through it all, my eyes are on you. And through it all, it is well. Through it all, my eyes are on you. And it is well with me. Okay, well, that is my last song for the evening. Thank you once again for coming out. Thank you so much for inviting me. I really, really appreciate it. I love playing here. And I missed service this weekend with the weather, and I love the message because it's just perfect timing for me. And I'm looking at Bill the whole time like, that's me. Anyway, so much. Thank you. Thank you, Pastor Greg. I really, really appreciate it.
Oh, man. Michelle Hall, everyone. Oh, man.
Thank you.
I could have listened another 20 minutes.
I have 20 more minutes.
We definitely have to have you back. Isn't it wonderful, Michelle?
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming out.
Think for a moment. She talked about when they go and they give food to the hungry. What do the hungry see? They see the face of God. Now, they don't think of it that way, but they see someone who loves them. And in a moment of despair, they're given food. And they see a smile on their face, and they feel like they are loved. That changes everything. And they do it every week. And as a pastor, I have to tell you that I was told early on in my career that when you're a pastor, any given Sunday, there's someone, probably more than one, that doesn't like you a whole lot. There's someone, probably more than one, that like you a whole lot. There's some that don't really care that much. There's some that are searching, some that are hungry, some that are seeking. In all of it, you are the means of grace to them, regardless of what they're thinking or what they're feeling or how they are. And so when you think of yourself as a gift, when you think of yourself as a means of grace in other people's lives, it really doesn't matter that much about those who hate you. You know that, and it's okay. And when it's okay with you, then all of a sudden it de-escalates the tension. When someone loves you and you allow that to be channeled and help other people to focus, and where they can use that love to make a difference themselves and feel that same joy, it just spreads. It spreads everywhere. It goes like ripples across a pond. It is a source of joy and continuous movement of good. And this is what I'm encouraging us to do. The more we do it, the happier the world will become. And maybe we'll see peace happen. And won't we celebrate when that occurs? Maybe we'll see people resolve some of these problems. And when they are, will we not give thanks? There are celebrations ahead, not just misery, and we can be the means of grace that helps it to come along. I hope you'll think about that. I hope that you'll come and be with us next week. I can't overemphasize how wonderful it is to listen to the music of these great artists in this room. It is unique in the world, and it is really precious. So I hope sometime you can make it. Maybe not when it's minus 20 outside. But I thank all of you who did come tonight. I thank you for ignoring the cold, ignoring the wind, and saying, I don't want to miss this. Thank you so very much. We'll see you next week, Tuesday night, at the Steamworks Spirit Station. Take care, everybody.